Investment doesn't have to be complicated. It is really simple terms. Putting money with the expectations of money coming, increasing. But have you ever thought about people who are really suffering, but they have big, big chunks of land, but there is nothing that they can do about it? Do not invest in things that you do not understand. So, investment knowledge and your understanding of finance is a key determinant of the things that you can invest and you should invest in. I want my money to start working for me. We all can start where we are. We all can do the basics and make our money work for us. Then, actually, the other thing is how you distribute your money. It is important when you think about investments, think about your legacy at the end of the day.
Learn, grow, prosper with Zurit.
Today, we are going to be discussing about investments. Investments 101. What is the first thought that comes to your mind when you think about investment? Do you know investment doesn't have to be complicated? It doesn't have to be the sophisticated things that you think about. For me, I think about it when I used to go to the shamba with my mom. At that particular point, it looked like a chore. But now looking back, and when I'm thinking about it, going to the shamba and putting money and just planting potatoes actually meant a lot. We were actually investing. That is equity we were putting down and waiting for a return. So investment, when you think about it, is really the capital that you're putting down and what is the return that you're expecting. It doesn't have to be the expensive, sophisticated conversations that we all think about. It is really simple terms. Putting money with the expectations of money coming, increasing. As you grew up, something else happened. Do you always ask yourself, what would you have done if you actually, the little pocket money that you used to get, you actually put it somewhere? Or even for those of us who are lucky to have gone through campus and gotten help, have you ever thought about it? Assuming we place that money in a money market fund, at that particular point, we didn't even know what a money market fund is. But imagine if we started that time, the amount of discipline that that would have meant, how far we would have gone. I know I have been in the investment industry, but some of these things were like foreign concepts for a very long time. Until it comes back to you and you start asking yourself, what is the little thing that I can do to actually make my money work for me? That is the thing I want us to discuss about today. Investment is not a foreign concept. It is basically deciding this is how I will not want continue trading my time. I want my money to start working for me. So let's think about it. How can your money work for you? There are different ways that money can work for you. You can put it in a business where you're also part of the business. You can actually make other people or invest on your behalf. If you're thinking about investing in a money market fund, you can actually lend the money to the government if you're thinking about investing in the government. And then all of us as taxpayers will have to make sure that you're paid. So that is what investment is, making other people get a return on your behalf. If investment is that simple, why do we then make it look so complicated? It is because of maybe the jargons that people talk about. When someone says a money market fund, you were like, okay, I don't understand what that is. But now I want us to discuss. We can and agree on one thing. We all can start where we are. We all can do the basics and make our money work for us. But before we get there, what are the key considerations that we need to be aware of? Or what are the things that we need to be looking at in the various options that come our way? I talk about three key things, but I will add others. First of all, you need to understand what is the return that you're going to get. And when you think about the return, think about the person that you're giving this money to. How are they going to make money so that they can actually be able to give you the money? So understand how money is made on the other side, even as you think about the return. And then there comes the risk. You need to understand the risk. What is it that this person is putting money into? How are they going to get the money? And what is the probability of you not getting back your money? It is a key thing that you need to understand today. And then ask yourself, how can I live with that? And then you need to understand that risk, you can actually, different ways of mitigating risk would be just diversification, maybe. Just giving someone an investment that you say, I can live without this. And then finally, something that most of us don't think about is how money will get back to you. Someone can actually tell you, I'm going to give you this return. You're happy with it. You understand the risk. But the biggest one that we always underestimate is that how will the money get back to me, to my pocket? Remember, let's think about something like land. Most of us have definitely invested in land, have made a lot of money, but have you ever thought about people who are really suffering, but they have big, big chunks of land, but there is nothing that they can do about it? So liquidity is a key thing. As you get more sophisticated, as you grow your portfolio, other things are also important. Think about taxation. How much, what is it? If I invested in a money market fund, invested in a bond, in our business, what are the taxation that I need to think about? Because all these things actually cut into your return. So you must ask yourself, what is the taxation method, what is the tax that is going to be levied on this transaction? And then the other thing is, please do not invest in things that you do not understand. So investment knowledge and your understanding of finance is a key determinant of the things that you can invest and you should invest in. If I came and told you, you know what, Liz, you can actually make money through investing in ABCD. Please, if you do not understand, do not put your money in. If the only time you put your money is to see if you can explain it to a 2-year-old. That is the starting point for any investment. Now, I want us to really just cover something different. What are the key risks, or what are the key myths what are the key issues, key mistakes that we all take or have actually gone through as we go through this journey of investment? I think the biggest mistake is really following what people are saying, the hard mentality. All those people telling you this and this is going to do well. I'm sure all of us, if it's not in the stock market or the capital markets, we have actually invested in a business because someone said it has a lot of money, but what happened? We cannot explain it. We cannot explain what happened. So you need to understand that. Do not follow people. We all have paid the school fees. Not everybody has to. Learn from the mistakes of the others and make sure that you do your research. Understand that you must understand how that is going to be. The other key mistake is not thinking about the risks, not thinking about the return. It is important for us to take that. Whatever the 3-5 things that I've talked about, you must think about them, because that is the first thing that will lead you to actually making the right investment decision. The other thing is actually the fear of being left out. You feel like everybody is actually, hey, making money. Please let them make money. Please never feel like you're being left out when you're investing. That's one of the biggest mistakes that we always actually go through as we are going through the investment journey. So if you mitigate those risks, you will be able to start a good journey on investments, and also you will actually be able to be happy. It is better to have a little return that is predictable, and you can be able to know you can actually be able to rely on. I actually forgot one thing about a mistake that you always do. We invest without actually thinking about the goal. Who am I investing this money? You must be able to match your investment with the goal. If, for example, I'm investing for my kids' education, there is no way I'm going to take significant risk. So first of all, ask yourself, how am I putting this money aside? If it's for retirement, I need to think about how will it be palatable? How will it live when I'm retired? And then actually the other thing is how you distribute your money. It is important when you think about investments, think about your legacy at the end of the day. I have talked a lot about do not invest in things that you do not know, and so you need to do your research. So maybe what is running in your mind, like, where do I get this information? The beauty is, in this information age, it depends with how you want to consume information. Information is readily available. When you go to the newspapers, you'll be able to get that information, and everything that you require, especially investing in the capital markets, you would be able to get that. Maybe you also like reading books, like maybe my book Thrive. It actually takes you step by step in terms of investing. In chapter 7, you go through all the things that you need to consider when it comes to investing. And maybe also in your charmer, ask someone. I'm sure they know someone who can help them. But if you're ready to take the jump and invest in the capital markets, just subscribe to some of the newsletters. And also the brokers provide a lot of that information. Also, remember, you can follow us because you always provide a lot of information when it comes to investing. But the bottom line is, do not invest in that you do not understand. Thank you.
Learn, grow, prosper with Zurit.